Okay, it's another day and another project. I was going to wait till I had about 1,500 miles on this before I checked the tappets, but it isn't nice enough to ride today. Yesterday we had 72 degrees, today it's in the 50s with a cold wind. So, looking for another project to do. I thought, I've got about a little over 1,000 miles on this. I thought maybe I'll just go ahead and check the tappets today. Oh, those are on there really tight. First we'll take the covers off. And then I'll set the timing at top dead center. Wow, that's really close to that rock guard. I wonder if we can get that out of there. There we go. Yeah, that was really close. And of course the bottom one's got oil in it. So we'll wipe up a little bit of oil. Both covers look identical, so it won't make any difference if you mix them up. Well, they got different part numbers in them. The top one is 13-8, or that might be a 6. That's a 6. 13-6. And the bottom one is 13-3 for some reason. Yet they look identical. Yeah, just clean up a little bit of oil around the mounting surface. You'll notice I turned off my Sirius XM music today so that YouTube doesn't get all upset with copyright problems like they have been flagging my songs in the background when I'm making these videos. Well, now we'll line up the timing marks. It's got a O-ring on it. We'll take that off and put it on this. Yep, 17. Oh, we forgot something. I better take the spark plug out. It'll turn easier. And that'd be a 5/8. Remember to turn this counterclockwise. There's the F on the left and the T on the right for your firing and timing. We'll turn it. The mark for the F is just above the top of the F, and the mark for the T will be just above the top of the T, and your lineup is right up here in the center. Right there is your lineup mark. And it has to line up with not this mark, but the one at the top of the T. Here comes the one at the top of the T. And there. That's as close as you have to be. Now you got to check them to see if you're on compression stroke or on the exhaust. So check it, make sure it's loose. Check the bottom and make sure it's loose. Yeah, they feel loose. Here's a little demonstration on the difference between the compression stroke and the exhaust stroke. If you've got your T lined up on the exhaust stroke and you try to move the valve, the exhaust valve, it's tight. When you're on the compression stroke, they're both loose. But I just turned it around 360 degrees, and now I'm on the exhaust stroke, and I can't move the exhaust valve. So you wouldn't be able to adjust your valves if you're on the wrong one. So make sure that when you adjust that T, that you have it on the proper stroke. So always check that both of your valves are loose. Just pinch them with your fingers and try to wiggle them. And if they don't move, if they're solid, you're on the wrong stroke. Go 360 more degrees. But as long as they wiggle and you can get a feeler gauge under them, you know that you're on the right stroke. Well, let's see. It's supposed to be 4 thousandths on the intake and 7 thousandths on the exhaust. It's got a nice slide. It's just barely grabbing. That should be 4 thousandths, but we'll do a go, no go. I'll try a 5 thousandths in it. Yeah, can't get the 5 in it. I might be able to force it. I'd say that's perfect. Oh, it's got stuck. That's perfect. Now, if we can get a 7 thousandths on the bottom. Well, that one is a little tight. I can't get the 7 thousandths in. It's tight like the 5 thousandths was in the intake. I push it in, but then it sticks. Let's try a 6. A 6 will go in. It's a little tight, but it's just about right. Okay, so we need to open that up 1/1000th of an inch. However much difference that's going to make, we don't know. Have a handy dandy little gadget here I bought off of eBay. It loosens the nut, or the lock nut, and then slides up to engage the valve stem adjustment. We'll have to see how well that works. Let's see if I can show you this valve. There's a 6, and you see it's pretty tight. It drags pretty good. If that's the way the 7 would go in there, I would leave it. But the 7 won't go in there at all. You saw how tight the 6 was. The 7. There's just no way. It just sticks right on the edge. So we're going to have to adjust that one a little bit. Well, let's see how this new gadget works. Oh, we just want a good drag. Just a nice drag. The 8. That 8 don't want to go in. It's too tight. There we go. Okay, we're going to call that good. Okay, time to put it back together. Interesting to note the difference between the top and the bottom screws. The bottom one near the exhaust appears to be burnt dark colored. Yeah, I'll put this one in first. That bottom one's going to be a pain. Okay. You can get it in there, but it's a little tight right down here. Might want to take a pair of pliers and put a little bend in that. Sure help a little bit. Okay, good and snug. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to put your spark plug back in. I put this on the wire brush and cleaned it up, but it looks to be in excellent condition. We won't even check the gap on it because it isn't going to have changed in 1,000 miles. Okay, it's all ready to ride. And thank you for watching. That's how you do a valve adjustment on the new Honda CT125. Have a good day and be watching for my next one. I'm going to do a little adjustment on the steering fork bearings, the head bearings, to try to make it track better through the sand and deep gravel and things like that. So that's what we'll be trying next. BMW Rider on the Adventure Riders forum showed us how to do that, so that's going to be my next project. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.